Hi everybody, I am back with the third episode. I am continuing with this B6TN that I have here. I have a playlist started. I only have 2 videos before this one. So I'm going to put that playlist link down below. But today we're working on the folder that I'm going to be throwing in here and also the clear pockets that I'm going to be making, including a shaker. So I have here, it's not the same collection I was using because I don't have too much paper, and I was making a folder out of here but realized that I made my little thing a little too short, and I think that's just too short, so I'm going to use that for a book cover instead. And I got this pad here, which I found last year at Joann's, but I think they have it again this year, and we're going to use, I think I'm going to use these 2 papers because they are single-sided, and I like my pattern to be on both sides for my folder, just because. So I need to cut off, actually what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to cut off this borders that they come with. Actually, they come out like this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to take it out just so I know out of the way. And this I think is going to be my outside. So I'm doing the B6 size like I said. Let me try to get this a little higher here. Hopefully that'll be alright. And my B6 inserts are 5 by 7. 7 would be my length and by 5-inch width. So the way I like to make my folders, and I've already had a tutorial on this, I make it real simple. I have the whole 12-inch paper here, and I'm going to cut it at 10 inches. And then I'm going to cut it at, I think it was 9.5. Let me double check with my mistake that I had here because I had cut too much. So here is this. Yeah, it's got to be 10 inches. So it's a 10-inch square. Okay. So let's cut that, and hopefully that'll work out. 10 by 10. Let's try that. Alright, so I think I can get rid of this for now. Hopefully I did that right. It could be different measurements because the way I've cut these in the past, I just kind of guesstimate everything. So this is directional. I'm going to make sure we have everything in the right direction. Here's 10 inches. I'm going to score it at 5 inches right in the middle. Then I'm going to flip it and score it at 7. Okay? So this part here, the 7 to the 10 inch here, is going to fold up like so, and then you've got a nice size pocket. Again, you can make it any width. I personally thought when I had done my other one, it's just a little too short, but I could have kept it that way. I don't know, I needed a little more substance there. So I am going to back this up. So we're going to take this other pattern. It's not really directional. It can go in any way because all the images on here are, they're just facing all different directions. So I need to cut 10 inches, and I'm going to go just below the 7-inch line, just to give way for the fold on the bottom. So like one line before 7 inches, okay? And we're going to glue that piece together. So it's going to go there, and this is the fold I'm talking about, and that won't get in the way when you fold it up. And then we have a cute inside. So let's go ahead and glue that. I'm going to get my mat out so I don't get glue on my new background here. These are from Hobby Lobby. They're poster board. And I have already ripped up my other one because I spilled coffee all over it. And I tried to wipe it and it just tore apart. Luckily I had another one backed up. Okay, so what I'm going to use is this here, because I don't have enough of this right now, and I have it coming in the mail, but I don't even know when it's going to get here. Okay, so just get it on thick, especially right in the middle where you're going to fold it. And I want to be sure that I cover everything really good, because when you fold it, it comes undone. Sometimes I don't have patience to wait for things to dry and I start folding it. Okay, so I think, make sure you get your edges. And you could use your like craft, what is this called? This kind of tape if you want, but you would have to use a lot. So I'm going to turn this over so I can get the lines straight here. Okay, and then we're going to do this. Make sure it's all down good. I'm going to make sure I don't have any on my other side here so it doesn't close up on me. Okay. Now I need to crease that again so I can fold it and I won't have any problems at the 5-inch mark. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm going to wait a second while this dries and move this out of the way. Okay, so while that's drying for a second, I'm going to pull out my plastic sleeves that I'm going to use to make my pockets and shakers, and we'll do that. Whoops, I dropped something. Okay, so I'm going to use these. I got these at this pack here from, I think I got it at Walmart, and I have saved all the smaller pieces that I haven't been using for smaller. So these are, they have another one that's even thicker, but I don't know. But they're good enough. That's what I've been using lately. And I'm going to need a few. I'm going to do one for the shaker and 2 for just some pockets. Okay. And now let's do this again. We're going to fold this carefully. And as I'm folding, you can see I'm kind of making sure everything is staying in place, because sometimes the glue doesn't stick 100%, like maybe I had missed a spot or something. And we're just gonna crease it really good. Now I'm creasing that bottom one because I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. And see where it's opening? I'm gonna hold this towards me, the opening, grab some scissors, and at an angle I'm gonna cut from here to that point. And you can make that angle smaller or more open, and I like to leave something out here for the elastic to go over and not to grab onto this. I'm also going to curve around this here like that. Some people round this side too, but I don't bother with that. Okay, and then we're going to pull these up again, crease it one more time, and this is where I'm going to seal the 2 ends. Okay, usually I have a napkin or a paper towel, but I don't have it right now because I forgot to grab one. Now let's do this side. See? And I love how the white looks against this. And I know the bats are upside down here, but you really want your front to be upright. So we're going to close this again. And make sure there's no glue. Alright. And now what I want to do is I'm going to round my corners because I like rounded corners in my T-ends using my 3/8, which is my favorite size. Let's see if I can go through all of this. Okay. And I'm going to do all 4 sides. Okay, so that way on the inside the elastic will kind of sit in there a little better. Okay, so that is done. And I will probably come back later and put a sticker or 2 in there just for decoration. You can add, like, say, something like that, and, you know, just decorate and have fun. Okay, so this is going to go in somewhere. I'll just stick it in here for now. So there's that folder. I just love how that came out. Great place to tuck in stuff. Okay, so now let's do the pockets. My machine should be, my fuse tool should be nice and hot right now. Okay, so we are back. Before I share with you this, I wanted to share with you a little haul that just came in the mail. This I ordered through Office Depot, Office Max. They have joined, and I forgot who bought who, but got it online. And these are pockets, credit card, vinyl adhesive for $13.30 plus tax, so my total was $14.10. Box of 100 from Smeed, and you can get this brand at different places, but we found it cheapest at, again, at Home Depot, Office Depot, Office Max. And these are pockets, because the Target ones, you know, they're hard to find, especially now. They don't even have any, because usually they only come out around when, you know, school is, like, you know, back to school stuff. Okay, now they're not the same size. No, they're different size. This is the actual size here, and you can see the size there. But these are made for credit cards, okay? But it's the same thing with the adhesive. It's got strong adhesive. I actually seen this do a YouTuber, a planner girl, and I don't even know who it was, only because I watch tons of TN videos from so many different people. I don't sub to them all because, you know, I'll watch one video and then I'll go on and see somebody else. But for those who cannot find these, they are hard to find. I wasn't, you know, lucky enough to get a whole bunch of these, and I probably would still get these when they come back. But these measure, let's see if it tells you. I don't think they tell you anywhere. You get 20 for $3, right? So let's see, how many would that be if it's 20 for $3? Oops, that's not my calculator. Trying to figure out the math here. So 5 packages, I really suck at this, would cost you $15. That would be 100 of this. So just under that, different size. It's going to be shorter. But I think I like those better. So these measure 3.5 by 4.5, and these, I don't know if it tells you, these are 4 1/16 by 3 inches, so it's 3 inches tall. Alright, so that's what it's called if you want to look for them. But I think these are going to be just fine for our TNs. They come in 2 little, there's 2 on here, so you can split it up, see, and you can share them with friends if you want. But after taxes, $14.10. You get in this nifty little box. So I just wanted to share that with you in this video since I'm working with this kind of stuff right now. And now let's get on with our pockets before, so I got just a little bit of time before hubby gets off from work and starts heading down here. Luckily it's a long drive for him. So we said we're going to put the shaker one aside for now. We're going to work with the regular pockets that are going in, and I need my cutter for this. And if you're hearing noises, it's my laundry going on, and to my left is my laptop that I'm burning. I'm not burning, I'm saving the last video that you've already watched, because I just finished editing while I was waiting for the camera to charge, or the battery. Okay, so we're taking and cutting off from this side here, and I don't know, I always feel like I can't get any further. I'm trying to make sure this camera's higher, but I need to also see the screen. We're gonna cut this down, taking both sleeves together carefully, cutting it down to 7 inches. I can actually do that with the third one too, so let's just throw this third one in, because they all have to be 7 inches. Okay, let's get that in there straight. Alright, and then just cut that, get rid of that. Now we're going to take the one, put it to the side, and come over here, and these are going to be, I think I'm going to have these go around the folder. So instead of doing 10 inches in length, you know, if you were just going to keep these by themselves on their own elastic, then you could just cut it at 10 inches, but I want to wrap it around something, so I'm going to just go a little bit wider, 10 and I want to say 1/4, just to give me a little extra so that I can slip my folder in there. I'm not going to be slipping a book, I'm going to be slipping the folder in between the pockets. But again, if you're not and you're just going to put them by themselves, because you totally can do that, I would just cut it at 10 inches and then you fold it in half and then you got your 5x7. So now my fuse tool is super hot because it's been on all this time, looking for the opening, and I am going to fuse this. I've got my nifty little cardboard, same cardboard I've been using for a long time. Eventually, I guess I've been cutting through this. Eventually I'm gonna have to replace this because it looks like it's starting to, I don't know how I got it cut there because I don't use this for cutting. Or maybe I did, I don't know. We're gonna fuse these, but one of these I'm gonna fuse, you know, in half. So let's do that first so I don't forget. So I have these little cutting mats. It actually came twice as big. I just cut it down to fit my pocket so that I can fuse this in the middle. And I need to find my center first, so usually for me the easiest way is to simply fold it in half and just kind of pinch that, and then the other side as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this so I can cut. Take my blade, which is somewhere around here. There it is. It's a pretty new blade too. And we're just going to cut it. I'm actually going to cut just below my mark. So let me rotate this. And then I'm going to fuse above it because I'm never getting the center, since when you fuse you're going to fuse it higher. I can barely see my little folds, but they are there, so I'm going to just go right under that and carefully cut. Now the mat is from the Dollar Tree, the one that I just showed you, so it's not super thick. I wouldn't really dig your blade all the way through because you could cut the mat. As you can see, I split it apart, and then you need to remove that mat so you don't melt it. And now I could fuse it down this way. Now this is the top is up here. Make sure you keep an eye where your top is. I'm going to flip it over so my opening's going in that direction. And I'm going to get my, oh, where'd it go? My ruler for fusing. And they do sell a longer one at Hobby Lobby. So I have to fuse just above my cut mark. And this is super hot now and ready to go. Okay, and then go up a little higher. Hopefully I could see my cut. Oh, there it is. It's very hard to see. Alright, and then I'm going to double check and make sure that it's fused well. Okay, and then we're going to flip it and fuse this opening here. Okay. I'm going to double check, make sure I sealed it. I'm just putting a little pressure in there to make sure it's not going to open up later on. Alright, so that's done. Now we're just going to fold this over so I can get a crease line and find my center. And then fuse that as well. And I like to fuse it with the little peak going up. And alright. Usually when it's stuck to your thing it does seal well, but I still check and make sure. Alright, so that is done. And I'm just going to fold that. How much time I got? Still got a little time before he leaves. Now this is just going to be the single pocket, so I'm just going to seal this end and in the middle. The opening is on top. Not that it matters here because you're just doing the side and then the middle. Actually, I'm going to go back to the other one again. I wanted to add more pockets. Because this one, when you fold it one more time, I believe you can fit, and I'm gonna put this here. Yeah, I'm gonna do one where I split it in half. It's kind of like the one that I actually use. I have one that splits in 2 and then in 4, so I will go back to that one so you can see how I did that. Okay. And you could slip credit cards and gift cards in that one. And pictures, of course. And I'll show you what I mean with the one that I have already. Double check my pockets. Okay, so this one's going to stay like this. And this is a great pocket to throw in stickers. I use this particular type of pocket in my B6 for my stickers. Alright, so let's go back to here and okay, this is the opening on the inside. I usually like my openings on the inside. So we will turn this one into the 4 pocket. Folding it in half, bringing this end to the middle so I can find my half. And turn it over and then fuse, and then you're done. And you got 3 different kinds of pockets that are going to be in your B6. Hopefully I got time to finish with my shaker. Okay, and definitely check again. Alright, so that one is complete, and this one's complete, and I said I was going to be throwing this into or around the folder. So here's my folder, right? I'm going to put this, I'm going to be leaving one elastic open for my partner to add whatever she would like. So this is going to go around, oops, here. And she can move it around however she likes to. So remember, I gave it a little bit of an extra. Okay, why are you crooked? There you go. So you have a full pocket, a split pocket right here, your folder, 4 pockets which will fit your credit cards, and then another big pocket there. And once they're filled, stuff won't be moving around so much inside. Okay, so it's just, and I'll show you how mine looks filled real quick. So here's the split pocket where I have photos. Okay, and then it's wrapped around, actually it's wrapped around a booklet in this one, but here I have my doctor's appointments and then some pictures, and that's how that works with those 4. I love that pocket. That's my favorite pocket. Alright, so back to this one here, and we're going to do a shaker. So for the shaker, we just need to seal, seal, fill, and then seal. And we got to seal first, and then I'm going to actually put an image inside. Usually I just put the shaker bits and leave it clear, and then whatever booklet's in the back will show through, but I want to do my shaker with an image inside. But definitely here you have to make sure that it is sealed. So I'm going to double check before I even go any further, because I've had them where they're not sealed. Although you can always go back and seal it again. Then fold it in half. And then seal that. And don't forget, it's wider because it's going to go around something. I think I'm probably going to be putting it around my book. Let's hope it's sealed. Okay. Now, you see, this is the seal that it already came with. There's already sealed, but don't trust that. I've trusted that in the past. Either seal it again or just don't use that side, because I've had where they're not that good of a seal and things were coming out and I had to go back and redo it. So don't trust the ones that are already, unless it's the fold that's the actual seal. Like right here, this is just folded over. That you can trust, but don't trust the other one. So now I need to find my image. I should have done that off camera, but let me just pause you for a second. Alright everybody, so I'm about to create my shaker. I've already cut down my paper from the collection to, I think I need to cut it down slightly shorter this way, but, and probably the top too. Let me make sure. Yeah, so we're going to trim a little bit more, just so there's space to seal on the top and the paper won't get in the way. And to slip in, let's see what I want to cut off. I'm going to cut off on this side a little. Let's see. We'll make sure it slides in easily. Okay, it does. So what I did was I did cut out all those images, or those cutouts from the paper collection. I stuck on this card, put a little sticker here from the collection. Just, this is the back side of my shaker, and this is going to be the front. And I already mixed a little Halloween shaker mix. This is just a mixture of things from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and then my own stash, some stuff. So let's just go ahead and get this together. Okay, slip this in again. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Okay, so I think I have just enough space to seal that. I'm going to cut it a little more just because I have a feeling, because once you stick all that stuff in, it's going to get a little more bulky. So I'm going to cut off the bottom a little, about there. Okay, that's better, but it's the wrong direction. It's got to be this way. Alright, now I got more space to seal. And we're going to throw all this in there. Look at that. See how it's going to get bulky? But kind of spread it out before sealing it, just to have some already spread. Make sure your paper's in there and then seal. And then this should end this episode of my Halloween series for 2017. I'll slip it in. Make sure this is sealed so you can see. Okay, feels like it's sealed. Look at all the goodies in here. And it says too cute to spook, and then did I do it wrong? Oh no, it goes this way. Okay, so and then when you open it, it's finished. It's going to go around the booklet like so. And for the next episode, I'll be taking off this cover, putting a different cover, and I'll probably just make another insert because I feel like I need to add one more for this, just because. So let's slide this in its place for now. And so when you open it up, you got your shaker. Okay, and then this booklet, if I didn't mention, is from the Dollar Tree. But I have yet to see it again at my particular Dollar Tree. So, alright, so we made the shaker pocket. There's a clear pocket to go with that, and then a couple more pockets here, a split one, and did I make the folder in this episode? We made a folder, and then the 4 pockets. Okay, so stay tuned for the next episode.